my name is Lesego. I am an astrologer, tarot reader, and creative crescent sun. And today we are going to be looking at progressions, right? So before I show the chart, I'm just gonna give you a bit of a backstory. So since the beginning of 2025, I've noticed that Will Smith has been coming up a lot lately. I think around March 2025, he released his new album, right? And at the time of me filming this, he is on tour in Europe for his new album. And there's been a lot of controversy raised about his tour, right? So as usual, I'm like, I wonder if the chart is showing anything. And what I think is interesting in this case, right? Yes, I will admit his greater cycles are indicating that he is going through a lot, right? But when it comes to the progressed moon, I feel like that shows where he is like on an emotional level, and that's where we are going to focus today. And we're just going to learn a little bit if that interests you. But I will, put a disclaimer. I'm not going to share the progress chart today. We're just going to be focusing on his natal chart, and we're going to break down the progressions because I did check the cycles previously. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen. And then I am going to share the chart. If the chart will show. So this is accurate birth chart data, right? So I said we're going to focus on the progressed moon, right? But we can't just jump to the progressed moon. We're going to start with his natal moon placement. So we can see that Will Smith has the moon at 21 degrees of Scorpio, and it is in the 6th house conjunct Neptune, right? So we can see that when it comes to his emotional nature, right? Very complex, magnetic in the sense that his emotions pull him all over the place. And that conjunction to Neptune makes him very sensitive to these changes. Like they're very extreme, but because he's sensitive, he kind of just, can feel a bit thrown around emotionally. And based on his emotional nature and the changes within his emotional nature, that can affect his health, right? However, I will admit that his moon is receiving support from Jupiter and from Pluto. And these two planets are in his 5th house of creativity, right? So the fact that they are in Virgo, right, especially Jupiter, for me, it's showing that he can be critically creative, right? And based on that creativity, that abundance of creativity that he has, he can seem like he's always growing and creating and changing, right? That's him as an individual. Now, when it comes to his progressed moon, at the time of me pulling the chart and filming this, his progressed moon is in the sign of Sagittarius, right? So we can already tell that his emotional nature has changed. Imagine going from the Scorpio moon to a Sagittarius moon. You're feeling like the world is your oyster. Everything that you want is on the horizon. If you can just grab it, if you can just like take it like within your grasp, that's where he is. And what also supports this progressed moon is that he is in the progressed new moon phase. So he is, yes, during the new moon, the moon is not visible, but we are bursting with potential. We're bursting with hope. We feel like there's so many projects that we can get off the ground, get started. And yes, we don't know where it's going, but I think that's where he's coming from with his album release and now going on tour. He just feels like, if he puts the right seeds for his career, he is going to, be able to revive his career. Because just for more context, around the time of, the whole Oscars debacle, he was actually going through the progressed balsamic phase, right? And his moon was in Scorpio, so he was going through his lunar return around that time. But just to kind of elaborate what the progressed balsamic phase means, it's more of a winter time. Imagine when a tree is having its leaves shed, just letting go, releasing, and it's barren. And that combined with his cycles during that time showed that his career was about to go topsy-turvy. Like, he was experiencing grief in that area of life and upsets in that area of life. And the balsamic phase just amplified his need to go within and to retreat and to work on himself, right? So now that he's in the new moon phase, and he went into the new moon phase basically beginning of 2024. I think the exact date was the 30th of December 2023. So basically beginning of 2024, he's in this new moon phase. And then the moon changed into Sagittarius around February of 2024. So he is feeling like he is creative and he's got the world in the palm of his hand, right? Now, what I want to say is that I understand, like, I'm just bringing context, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, to the situation. Now, the fact that this is about to come to an end, I will admit it's about to come to an end in the sense that his progressed moon, early 2026, is going to change into the sign of Capricorn, right? So Capricorn, serious, conscientious, cautious. He is going to be looking at things still under this new lens, but it's going to take a serious tone now, and he's probably going to be delving deep into his own psychology as well and experiencing some growing pains, because I will admit he will be going through other cycles as well that I feel are amplifying this need to self-introspect, but he needs to think about the long term. But that energy is coming, it's upcoming, it's not like at this moment. So I think he was in his feels. Like, to conclude this little short topic, he's in his feelings, and his feelings are telling him to create and to have this abundance mentality, emotional sense of mentality. Like, do what makes you feel expansive, do what makes you feel like you can grow in any direction. And yes, that's about to change, but I think, you know, when it comes to the responsibility of an astrologer, we are meant to help you understand what you're going through during that time or phase in your life and help you to the best of our ability to navigate it. And from his perspective, I get it. Like, when I saw his chart, I'm like, I get it. Like, that's all I can like really say. So I hope that you enjoyed this short presentation on the progressed moon. Let me know down in the comments. Did this interest you? What progressed lunation phase are you going through? And if you don't know and you're just like, this is a lot, I would advise that you schedule a consultation either with me or a professional astrologer of your choice, and enjoy the rest of your day whenever you're viewing this.